Hi, this is C. Sendil Kumar, Assistant Professor, the Department of Mechanical Engineering, KSR College of Engineering. So, in this session, we are going to discuss about the pool boiling curve for water at atmospheric pressures. So, before that, we should understand what is meant by boiling and what is meant by condensation. So, simply we can say that boiling is the process of change of phase from liquid to vapor. So, this is called boiling. So condensation is nothing but the change of phase from vapor to liquid. So both are entirely different. So boiling is the nothing but the change of phase from liquid to water called as boiling. So we will going to see about the curve, pool boiling curve for water. So there are two types of boiling. Or the boiling is classified into two types. One is called pool boiling and another one is called flow boiling. So pool boiling occurs when the liquid is stationary and the motion of liquid is caused by the natural convection or the bubble movement. So we can simply say that due to density difference, the boiling will be carried out is called as pool boiling curve. So we can define also pool boiling occurs when the liquid is stationary or the motion of liquid is caused by the natural process only. So this is called pool boiling, and the best example for the pool boiling is water boiling in a vessel on a stove, or the water heater in a open pan, electric kettle. So these are the best example for the pool boiling. And the flow boiling is nothing but when the name itself, the fluid is flowing. The fluid is flowing means when the external force act on the fluid means then only the fluid can able to move. We can simply define the flow boiling is the forced convection boiling. Simply we can say that it is a forced convection boiling occurs when the liquid is forced to move over the heater surface by an external device like pump. So this is the simple definition for the flow boiling. So the example is water flowing inside the boiler tubes and steam generators in the power plants, cooling systems in the nuclear reactors. So these are the few best examples for the flow boiling. So next we will going to see about the pool boiling curve for water. So this is the curve of water in pool boiling. So actually this is consists of four regions: region 1, region 2, region 3 and region 4. So in this diagram, in x-axis the change in temperature will be taken as, in the y-axis heat flux is taken, which is measured in watts per meter square. So change in temperature delta T is nothing but the temperature difference between the wall temperature and the saturation temperature of the liquid. So now we will going to see about the region 1. So region 1, when the heat is applied to the water, the both heat flux and the change in temperature is increased from 0.1 to 0.5. I mean that from 0.1 to the point A. So gradually both elements in x-axis and y-axis are increased slightly. So this phase is also called as natural convection boiling process. Natural convection boiling process. So further the heat is applied, the curve moves from A to B, then B to C. So this region is called as nucleate boiling phase or nucleate boiling region. So this is actually it will happening in two stages. One is called isolated bubbles. In the point A to B, the bubbles are formed in the water, and further it will be converted into cylinders and columns. So in both elements in x-axis and y-axis are gradually increased up to the point C. So this phase is called as nucleate phase, or this region is called as nucleate boiling. So when it reaches point C, is called as maximum heat flux or critical heat flux. So further the heat is applied, the heat flux Q watts per meter square will be slightly lowering. At the same time in x-axis the change in temperature is increased. So this region is called as transition boiling. So at the end of this region, the heat flux may up to 10 to the power of 4 watts per meter square. So it will be lowering, but in the temperature difference will be increased up to 320 degree Celsius. So further heating, further the change in temperature delta T is also increased. At the same time, the heat flux W by meter square is also increased. So this region is called region 4 and is also called as flame boiling. Okay. So at the point in the maximum heat flux is the minimum heat flux is occurred. The value is approximately lies between 10 to the power of 4 watts per meter square and 10 to the power of 5 watts per meter square. So further heat is increased, the change in temperature is also increased, and the heat flux is also increased. So this is the simplest phase diagram for the pool boiling curve at atmospheric level. So simply once again, so this curve is classified into 4 regions: region 1, region 2, region 3 and region 4. Region 1 is called as natural convection boiling, and region 2 is called as nucleate boiling, and region 4 is called transition boiling, and region 5 is called flame boiling. Thank you.